Hello, it's Dr. Brian McDonough. Something very important I want to share with you, and I think it might be a turning point in the battle against COVID. Clearly, the biggest advantage we've had thus far has been the development of the vaccine. But since that time, we've had those who eagerly went out and got the vaccine, and we have a group of people who are hesitant. We also have a group under 12 where we are waiting for official emergency use authorization and approval, much like we have with FDA approval of the vaccines. So here's the deal. There are certain states we know that have not had high vaccination rates, and I'm not going to get into the reasons why, but in many of those states, decisions are being made not based on evidence, they're being based on all sorts of other things, including emotion, political gain, all sorts of things. But if you look at the evidence, which is what science does, you start to see results. And clearly what we are seeing is the states with the lowest vaccination rates have had the highest number of cases, the highest number of hospitalizations to the point where they're flooded, and unfortunately the highest number of deaths. We've seen that. Well, apparently people are seeing this as well. Let me give you an example. 2 weeks ago, Tennessee was the state which had the country's worst COVID-19 case rate. But since that time, they've had the sixth highest vaccination rate. And guess what? We're seeing this happen in Alabama, Georgia, Florida, South Carolina, states where the number of vaccines and vaccinations given were down, and there was a lot of talk about the fact that you don't need these vaccines, but people have looked around. They've seen the hospitalizations, they've seen the issues, and no matter what anybody's telling them from a position of authority or on the rumor mill, they're looking and making their own decisions. And if you really think about it, this is what I've been saying from the beginning. Yes, we have people who are vaccine hesitant, and you can say what you want about vaccine hesitancy, but what it shows is that if people are starting to make decisions, they will make decisions first, hopefully, that are best for everyone else, but clearly best for themselves and their family. And they're starting to look around and see the numbers. And they're starting to say, hey, do I want to go down with the ship? I mean, this is really what I want to do. And they're starting to say, no, I want to get the vaccine, because all the rumors about the vaccine and all the problems associated with it just aren't happening. And all the words saying, oh, if you get COVID, you'll be fine. That's not happening to the level people think as well either. So I think what's happening, and we're starting to see it in the numbers, is people are starting to say, guess what? I'm going to make a decision for myself, for my family. And you know what? That's fine. As long as you get the evidence, you look at the evidence, that's how science works. And frankly, that's how we as physicians work. We make decisions based on what we've seen over time. There are never clear-cut answers. There's never complete knowledge before you go through a period of learning. But now that we've learned, we don't have to keep learning and keep dying. We have to make decisions. I mean, I just saw where the EU is over 80%. Other parts of the world have already figured this out. We might as well figure it out as well.